from what we know today, students are constantly bombarded with information from left and right, different sources. Many neuroscientists say that multitasking is naturally impossible, that our human brain is not designed to multitask. Fair enough, and I would probably agree with that if we're talking about talking on the mobile phone and driving a car at the same time. Yes, your brain cannot focus on two different things entirely there. That's why it's illegal to do it. However, I have seen very successfully many students doing homework at the same time while they're listening to their iPhone and checking music. And in fact, that helps them because maybe, just maybe, these students might have more musical rhythmical intelligence, so they might need music to open up the frames of their mind in order to take in more information. Just maybe, we don't know. So this type of bombardment, let's say, of different things at the same time, looking at the internet, having a book open here, listening to music at the same time, this might actually help certain students. We don't know. Why don't we know? Because we're still conducting research. All we do know is that human beings are born with an innate ability to learn new languages. Not just new languages, new things. By nature, human beings are born to be curious, to explore everything, and we learn from everything that we explore around us. But at the same time, we also know that each one of us develop different skills and different talents as we become more mature, more cognitively mature, more age-wise mature. Some of us are more interested in art, or some of us are more interested in music, or some of us need to still experience things even on our own. I mean, think of us, even adults today. Some of us, in order to learn how to use a computer, we actually have to sit down and learn it, and some of us can simply read a book about it. There are different skills and different talents that develop in each individual as they grow and as their brain develops. And we need to see how that works. Things are better now because we actually have the technology to see how that works. We have what we call Fmri scanners now, where we can actually take a closer look at the human brain while the individual is actually using his brain. And we can take a closer look in the Fmri scanners and see how, what functions, what goes on in the human brain. Taking a look at the Fmri scanners, we tend to see how unique and how individual and how complex mechanism is the human brain. We tend to see how things spark up in the human brain differently. It is like a humongous network of little bursts of energy that take place into our brain simultaneously within milliseconds, that connect new information to previous, that connect experiences together, that bring experiences to the surface whenever we need to use them. So this is what happens when we take a closer look at the human brain. One thing that we do know for a fact now is that every day we learn something new. Every time we have a new experience and we learn something new, our brain physically changes. Physically, it gets rewired. This is called brain plasticity. You must have read about it. You can definitely Google this information and find out more about it. So, since we do know that our brain constantly keeps physically changing on a daily basis almost, safely assume that each human brain, depending on our backgrounds, on our cultures, on our social cultural influences, on our experiences, on our education, on our cognitive development, we are so complex that we can now safely say that every single brain is as unique and as individual as a fingerprint, as a single fingerprint. Still, knowing this fact, because now it is a fact, we know this for a fact, we keep using the same type of old methods in order to educate the masses of students. We keep using the boxes. We put the students in single desks and single files, and we separate them by batches of years that they've graduated from school. We tell them all that you have to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and go to school and finish school by 3 or 4. So what if they're night owls? What if they learn better at night? We tell them all that when we're doing maths and that's it, and put away all other distractions. But what if they prefer doing maths and listening to music at the same time? Should we be looking at changing the way we're teaching in schools? Well, we cannot completely unroot everything we've been doing so far. This means tremendous change, and let's be honest, it's going to be very difficult for all the educators around the world to be doing something like that at such a huge experimental phase. But we can definitely try to insert small changes in our educational system, at least try and see if those will work, and take it one step at a time. Why not?